Saku's going to kill me. Like, he's a pretty quiet guy, eh? And we were going to take that one to our graves. But then I got into radio. And,
sorry, Zach.
Then you got to kill some air.
Yeah. I need a story.
Listen, I mean, Sack and I were roommates for many, many years together, just like brothers. We came in when we were kids, and this is when we were pretty old at the time, to be honest with you. But we had a playoff game in Carolina. I think it was game number 3, or actually could have been game 1 or 2. I don't even know. Game number 2. We went for the morning skate, went back to the hotel. You know the way it goes. The pregame meal, that's you live for that. Just crushed everything. And right away, we're upstairs. We're in Carolina. You remember the hotel where you had the bedrooms at one end, and you had the couches and the other end. So we had our system. Been doing this a long time together. You know, I always dressed in the bedrooms and hung my suit and stuff there. He was in the far room, and we could see each other talking to each other, and we're, good 20 feet away. And in the middle of all of that, middle of the 2 rooms, was obviously the washroom. So, after pregame meal, you got to do your business, right? So here's the thing. We're talking back and forth. We're both cock and balls, nothing on. And all of a sudden I see this little guy, his light bulb clicks on, and he knows exactly what we're both thinking. The same thing. We both got to hang our dump before we go to for our nap, eh? And he starts, I thought you were going to say sprint. Something else. And I'm going to tell you this, he starts sprinting down the hallway, and I gave it my best, and he beat me as he turned the corner of the bathroom. And I absolutely fucking blew him up. Like, I mean, one of the best hits I've made all year in that season, and obliterated him into the toilet bowl. Now, all of a sudden, we're both standing there naked. The water is shooting to the ceiling, man. There's water pouring out. I mean, it is pouring out of our room. And I'm not a wizard on, how to turn off the water and shit. So he looks at me and says, go and phone Reinben, who was our trainer at the time. And I said, I'm not phoning you, phone Reinben. So he ends up leaving the bathroom and starts to walk and turn the corner. And soon as he turned, you couldn't even see his ass. His ass was covered in blood. Like, it was like, I'm not talking a little stream of blood. His entire ass you could not see because it was that bloody. So now I grab one of the white towels from the bathroom and I wipe his back and his ass, and he's got a slit that is like, I mean, I just about threw up because he was kind of like bending over a little bit, and it was like the thing was opening up. It was super deep, super long, because one of the porcelain things cut his back. So we get the trainer upstairs, Reinben. He turns off all the water because the entire room is completely flooded with, no joke, probably 2 inches of water.
Oh my God. He
says to Saku, we got to take you to the hospital right away. So they go to the hospital. I have to move rooms because the room's flooded. It's now 3:00, and I usually leave to go to the rink at 4. So I'm packing up all Saku's stuff, all my stuff, moving to another room. And, now I'm sitting on the bus, and our rule for the playoffs was everybody's going to ride together. So I'm thinking to myself, Saku's not back yet. Saku's not back yet. So the coach yells up and says, is everybody here? And I was like, no, Saku's not here. We leave, we get to the rink. Saku's sitting on one of the tables. And if you remember, in Carolina, there's the medical room, and then the far room you have where the guys get dressed. So I let all of the guys go to the far room. I go to Saku, said, buddy, how are you? He goes, I can't bend over. I can't touch my toes. He goes, I have like 30 or 40 stitches in the inside and stitched it up. Nobody knew about this. He finished he played the game that night. He couldn't even move. Okay. And I think he was one of the top scorers in the playoffs at that point. And he didn't play a couple games after that. And we lost the next 3 games and got knocked out by Carolina, who went on to win the Stanley Cup.
If that would have got out, you probably would have been hung at the cross.
100%. 100%.
Was Terry in the coach?
Listen, I had like 9 coaches.
Check the
in
game
Montreal,
notes, buds.
so.
Yeah, check the game notes.
I had every French coach come through that city.
So like, was there, like, was he pissed off? Was something you guys just kind of laughed about? Like,
you know what? It's something that was pretty serious. Like, you have to understand the city of Montreal and what hockey means to the city and how that would have gone over if it would have gone out. It would have not been good for either Saku or myself or the medical staff or anybody, right? Trying to cover it up. But we walked away from that and we said nothing. I mean, I went probably a good 8 years without ever talking about it again. And then, Andrew Peters and I I told that story, a couple years ago on our radio show. And yeah, I mean, some of the things that we stupid shit that we did when we were playing, you shoved to the back of your mind, and that was one of them. But
holy shit, that one took a turn for the worse. I thought it was going to be more of a fun story.
It was until the blood and the toilet water was fucking rummaging through their core. Guy,
you got to understand, like, we're playing in Montreal. You guys know this. I mean, you're kids, like you're, I think I was 28, 29, 30-year-old at the time. We would get into the room with Saku, and I always have the bed that's closest to the window, that's closest to the drapes. He knows this. We've been doing this for years, but this all of a sudden now, this one trip, he's going to decide he's going to take the fucking one by the window. No. So we literally got in a fight. We were supposed to go to dinner. We got in a fight. I got him in a headlock. Okay. This is after, I'm not kidding you. This is shit going down. We're still in our suits. And I put him in a death lock, and we both fell between the wall and the bed that was only about half a foot. And I had him there for 45 minutes in a headlock, and he wouldn't give. Like, this is like the shit like thinking back, like, what the hell is like 2 kids, in a playpen. But he's a great guy. I mean, he is the ultimate warrior. When he got to the rink, completely different guy.